raging wildfires are tearing through Los Angeles, leaving a trail of destruction unlike anything seen before. At least 16 lives have been lost, thousands of structures reduced to ash, and over 36,000 acres consumed in an inferno that shows no mercy for the people of United States of America. The Palisades Fire, a blazing giant, has devoured 23,600 acres. Fierce winds roaring at 100 miles per hour have crippled containment efforts, fueling chaos and despair in one of California's darkest hours.
Now on the east side of the Canyon Reservoir, and they have multiple
firefighters, supported by aerial crews, are battling against time to protect neighborhoods now under threat.
We will stay as long as necessary. We will support in a spirit of solidarity and with all our experience and commitment to the people of California.
Upon arrival, the teams will be distributed in the designated areas to fight the fire. They are very experienced people who have participated in various national fires and have also helped abroad, including in Cuba and other countries, bringing their experience. These are selected, trained individuals with a lot of technical expertise.
In addition to the tragic loss of life and property, the fires have severely impacted air quality, posing health risks far beyond the immediate burn areas. The local health department, in fact, has warned of hazardous conditions as wildfire smoke only intensifies the respiratory and cardiovascular issues for the people residing in those areas. Authorities are investigating the fire's causes, including reports of water pressure issues in hydrants that may have hampered the firefighting. In fact, the FBI and local agencies are at the moment leading this particular inquiry.
This is what friends do. This is what relationships are all about. Friends in need, being there for one another. We want to be there for the people of Mexico in times of need and disasters, and we're incredibly humbled and grateful that the President was willing to send the crew you see behind me. They'll be out on the lines within the next 24, 36 hours, and we're very, very grateful.
Celebrity homes in affluent areas like Pacific Palisades have also been destroyed in this wildfire, drawing further attention to this disaster. In fact, Bill Crystal, Mandy Moore and Paris Hilton are among those who were impacted, with many residents now grappling with emotional and financial devastation.
Evacuated, but I was watching some news clippings and I realized the fires are out of control. So I decided to come and take a look, and there was nobody on the way back. Nobody. It was like eerie. Like I knew it can be done. I mean, I'm not stupid. I did not want to come here to die for possessions, but I knew it was doable, and I'll feel bad if I didn't try, you know. Hear people in the military saying how when you're going to the battle, you're basically thinking all kinds of feelings about, I don't know if I should be doing this and that. But then they say once you're in the front line, you forget all about it. Basically, you have to fight for your survival, right? So basically, when I arrived here and I saw this, I got in that mode. God help me. I mean, I promised a big candle when I go back to Greece.
But in these testing times, the helps are pouring in from all the corners. In a show of solidarity, in fact, Canada and Mexico have sent teams of firefighters, air tankers and technicians to support California's overwhelmed resources. But the fires are not just affecting humans. Wildlife is fleeing into urban areas, seeking safety as their habitats are destroyed in these fires. This is the harsh reality of climate change, It is no longer a distant concern, ladies and gentlemen, but a series of unfolding disasters witnessed through phone screens only, inching closer until the moment you're the one capturing it on the other side.
But the part I really wanted to convey on tonight's session is that this isn't over yet. The weather conditions upcoming look pretty bad, to be quite honest, from a fire weather perspective. In fact, actually worse even than I mentioned yesterday. So there have been, of course, lots of rumors and fears circulating surrounding what might or might not put UCLA at risk, for example, in Westwood, that flagship university campus. I still don't think that there is a substantial threat to that campus. I still think it is highly unlikely that an evacuation would be ordered for campus, but again, can't rule it out. The fire is relatively close and there are pretty adverse weather conditions coming. I do not still think this is the kind of fire or the kind of adverse weather conditions that would actually produce a genuine threat to campus, but again, these fires have surprised us before, and they may well surprise us again in some nasty and unpleasant ways, given that we do have multiple additional extreme fire weather events coming up in the next 7 to 10 days, with potentially another high-end one later this week. So the one right in terms of loss of life on these fires, the death toll does continue to climb. It's confirmed to be between about 10 and 15 between the two fires now, and will probably rise further according to reports. I still think it's a small miracle that it wasn't in the high dozens or even in the hundreds, given what transpired. The death toll probably will rise beyond where it currently is, but I'm reasonably hopeful it won't rise to the triple digits. And as much as I wish I could give really good news about the weather, I do not have that news to convey. In fact, I have pretty bad news about the weather. The short term, we're having another Santa Ana event, as I mentioned, tonight into tomorrow. It isn't that strong, although it could still cause problems. We'll see another one, though, early in the week, and then another one beyond that, and toward midweek, that could actually, and I hesitate to say this, it could rival the strength of the original extreme wind event that drove these two urban conflagrations into populated areas.
Now let's take a deeper dive into the data that we have picked up from our sources. As 3 major wildfires continue to devastate Los Angeles County, officials have reported on the containment levels as well. These are the details of the data that we have picked up. As of Jan 10, the Eaton Fire is now 3% contained, the Palisades Fire at 8%, and the Kenneth Fire stands at 35%. The fires have already claimed 10 lives and destroyed nearly 10,000 structures, with the death toll only expected to rise even further. The Palisades and Eaton fires, now the most destructive in Los Angeles history, have scorched over 34,000 acres across the region, including iconic neighborhoods and the Hollywood Hills as well. Very stressing visuals currently playing on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. Winds have subsided, easing conditions for air support to assist ground crews. Authorities are saying that the Eaton Fire alone has damaged or destroyed up to 5,000 structures, while the Palisades Fire has impacted another 5,300.
Due to the favorable overnight weather conditions and the diligent, and I'll focus on the diligent work and effort and commitment of our first responders, we can report that the Palisades Fire is now 8% contained. Wind gusts are expected to increase in daylight hours that will test our containment lines. Our firefighters will continue to respond to any flare-ups and increase our containment lines. Evacuation orders remain in place. The Hearst Fire, due to more accurate mapping and acreage, has been updated to 771 acres with 37% containment. All evacuation orders and warnings have been lifted. The Kenneth Fire, forward progress has been stopped with 35% containment at 1,000 acres. All evacuation orders and warnings within Los Angeles City have been lifted.